Alright, bro, let's get right into this shit, man. Lebron's dad.
He's here now telling us all about his lawsuit against LeBron James and his mother, Gloria. Lester Stovall accuses them of fraud, defamation, and tampering with a DNA paternity test. Lester.
Bro, just look at him. He looks just like Bron. Literally looks just like Bron. Y'all know that's his pops, bro.
Thanks so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
Let me start first by setting the framework here for who you are. I mean, you are a Princeton graduate. You went to the University of Chicago Law School. You worked for the Securities and Exchange Commission. So you're not a dumb guy. You're a bright guy, right, Lester?
Well, I would say so.
Yeah, I'm impressed by it. So here's the.
Well, I would say so. That's what he sounds like. Yeah, it's definitely Bron's dad, bro. He low-key sounds like him, and toning his voice too.
Initial reaction everyone's having to this, okay? You're suing LeBron and his mom to prove that you're the dad, but you're asking for millions of dollars. Why does being LeBron's dad entitle you to millions of dollars?
Well, it's really just the way the law is set up, and when one makes allegations of wrongdoing, there generally are harms that flow from that. The harms can be both legal, as it's called, or equitable. In this case, I've alleged both. And
do you really want money?
Basically, he's a smart guy, bro. I mean, I could see it, bro. What happened when he just fucked his crackhead mom, and she had Bron?
From LeBron, or do you want him to say, "Hey, Dad"?
What you're asking, I guess.
He said, "I want you to say, hey, Dad." Like, what? Hold on, what did he say?
What you're asking, I guess, is.
You want him to say, "Hey, Dad"?
He said, "You want him to say, hey, Dad?" Come on, why would Bron say that?
What you're asking, I guess, is would I like to have a carefully structured and secure DNA test so that we first can establish whether a father-son relationship exists.
And that's what you want. All right, let's go through some of this lawsuit, because I found it absolutely fascinating, some of the details that you put in here. And we begin with how you met Gloria James, according to your lawsuit. In or about mid-March 1984, I met defendant Gloria James at a restaurant bar named DC Space, very famous place down in DC. I was 29 years old. Later that evening, Gloria James accompanied.
See, bro, he met his mom at a bar and literally took her home and sent her back because she was a thot. That's all it was, bro. So it makes sense. Bron probably paid, he literally paid for them to lie and say his real dad's dead, because Bron claims his real dad's dead, which is not. This is his real dad, bro. Obviously, it looks just like him. Just wait till y'all tell you.
Accompanied me to my home. She told me she was in her early 20s, that she was a virgin, and made clear she wanted to end that status. Later that night, I apologized to defendant Gloria James because I, being tired, thought I might not have satisfied her. All right, let's begin first there where you establish what happened. A lot of details. And that last detail, some would say maybe a little TMI, Lester, a little too much information about that night.
See, why would he lie? I don't see why he would lie when he's already smart, he has money. You feel what I'm saying? LeBron just paid whatever off so that the fucking DNA people could lie and say his dad's dead, his dad is not dead, this is literally his dad. I see why he's trying to sue Bron, bro.
It seems you remember a lot of specifics about what happened.
Yeah, I think it might be just the way the memory resurfaced. It resurfaced after 20 or more years after I was asked whether I had a son, and then systematically explored all of my past for that possibility.
Bro, look.
I came across.
Come on, bro, that's his dad. That is his dad, bro. I don't care.
Across this set of
Yo, look at that. It's too close.
recollections, and in focusing on them, they amplified.
All right, let's go to more of what you outline in your lawsuit here. You say, a few months later, in or about June of '84, I again encountered defendant Gloria James at my apartment. She informed me she was pregnant. She said, I'm going to name him LeBron. Defendant Gloria James never specifically said I was the father. I said, well, if he's mine, make sure he plays basketball. She limited her response to the words, I will. And then you write, incredibly, I then said, LeBron James, a basketball player from Ohio. That should be easy to remember.
Yeah, it's easy to remember, all right? This shit is wild, bro. I low-key believe it, too. Like, he knows too many details for this to not be true.
You took a DNA test, right? You took a paternity
Yes,
test,
we
and
did.
it came back and said 0% chance of paternity. But you're not trusting the results?
No, I'm not, unfortunately. I don't think that the test was designed to be tamper-proof, as it should have been under the
Guess
circumstances.
what?
So,
It was tampered with. Because LeBron has money and he can do that.
well, it's one thing to not be tamper-proof. It's another thing to actually be tampered with. So you think there's a conspiracy by LeBron James and his mom to make sure that no father ever emerges into his life?
That is exactly what LeBron did. He wanted no father to emerge in his life. So they tampered with the fucking paternity test. That's just the truth, bro. Like,
Well, I've said that there's been that there was an opportunity, since it was not designed to be tamper-proof, and there are indications that there was a motivation.
All right. How tall are you? Because LeBron is, what, 6'8", about 250 pounds.
We're approximately the same height.
Really?
yeah. So there's no way he's not his dad, bro. They're both the same height. That's his dad. That's literally his dad.
Okay. All right. Well, but there was a test, and you're just not trusting the results of that test.
Yeah, bro. I mean, that's just what it is. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think, man. Let me know if y'all think that's Brown's dad or if it's not Brown's dad, bro. Let me know.